version of an artificial love. Two steps forward, three steps back, and I knew right from the jump I'd get too attached. But I fell hard, who can blame me for that? When I knew right from the jump it was a perfect match. Thought I learned my lesson, started playing by the book. All that self-improvement out the window with one look. Look me in the eye, hold me close just for tonight. Watching hours passing by, I wanna last till the morning light. So do you think I'm just desperate when down on my luck? Or do you know that I'm obsessed with how it feels when we fall? Whoa, I think I'm addicted to love. I'm out of sync, self-inflicted, but it fits like a glove. Whoa, I think I'm addicted, I just can't get enough. I'm on the brink, it's so predicted, but it feels so off the cuff. And I know that it's a waste of time, but I can't survive without the high. So I think I'm addicted to the way that we touch. I'm like a lovesick junkie begging you for one more little puff. You got me messed up, stressed, depressed, riding in my bed, overthinking every single word you said, 'cause I'm too invested. I feel possessed. Am I crazy for wanting us to be mutually obsessed? Look me in the eye, say you need me to survive. Anything to make you mine, even if it's only one more night. So do you think life is hell and I'm your one stroke of luck? Or do you know that I can tell that you don't really give a oh, I think I'm addicted to love. I wanna scream, so conflicted, but you're making me blush. Whoa, I think I'm addicted, the adrenaline rush. I know you're lying to my face, but I won't ever call your bluff. And I know that it's a waste of time, but I can't survive without the high. So I think I'm addicted to the concept of us, but with the way you look at him, I know I'll never be enough. I'm so hung up, I've had enough, I wanna quit this. I'm so fed up with lust and love, don't know the difference. Am I a whore if I adore this cheap ambivalence? I know that it's out of my control. All I want is to feel beautiful. I think I'm addicted to love. I'm out of sync, self-inflicted, but it fits like a glove. Whoa, I think I'm addicted, I just can't get enough. I'm on the brink, it's so predicted, but it feels so off the cuff. And I know that it's a waste of time, but I can't survive without the high. So I think I'm addicted to the way that we touch. I'm like a lovesick junkie begging you for one more final puff. Like, whoa. Or so. I think I'm addicted, I'm an idiot for thinking I was worthy of your love.
Alrighty then, I am ready. Nyom, just me. Hello. Nyum. Alright, I swear I'm getting lower with that sometimes. Anyway. But yeah, I'm ready. What's wrong with this? There's actually something wrong with it. Hold on. Let me straighten my back. There we go. Oh yeah, it was a bit low. Okay. Let's get do it. Night best. No. Okay. Steam. Do it and abyss. Boom. Mm-hmm. I've never been one to kneel to the divine. Apparently, that is the words of the song. Is it tripping? There we go. There we go. And then we started again after the update. I don't know what they fixed. Oh, it's probably not the best thing to call a company lazy for having a broken game, but I do call. At this point, I don't care. I think that's the whole what was the quote I used? Those are the same people who it's kind of like how like you understand how making 100 burgers a day in a fast food restaurant is extremely hard, but when it comes down to it, you want your burger, you want it with no onions, and you want your drink with no ice. But the fact that they're fucking up your order or not even taking your order is causing this issue where you're getting all pissed off, right? Basically my argument is more like, I may be saying this and it may be really harsh and a little bit mean, I guess, the way I usually say it. But when it comes down to it, I don't have a minority opinion when it comes to that. You're not gonna find very many people who are just gonna accept like a game like not providing them with the service that you paid for, you know? Especially if like you ask them for no bugs and no glitches, right? And every single update they come out with more and more. And it's not even just the character that I like at that point, you know? It's actually just like, that's kind of sort of the gist of the game. A lot of people's biggest problems with the game. And I think I had this weird thing where somebody told me that they got used to it, but I was used to it for several years, actually, you know? Because like, the thing is, like, I grew up poor. Bugs and glitches and bad netcode and like frame rate is so normal to someone who doesn't really have all that much resources, right? Bad internet and actually I didn't really have access to like a PC, so I never was on like any websites or anything, but I've been playing games that have bugs and glitches all my life. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So, I want to play a game that doesn't have these things, and I don't know if that's too much to ask for. I know, like, I'm hard to please, but it's not because I can't be pleased or like I'm spoiled or anything. It's more the fact that I've been experiencing lesser versions of gaming my whole life, and I'm tired of it. You know? Especially since like at this point it's like I'm struggling a lot more for money than I used to be. So I can't waste all my money on things that don't work. You know? I can't. I'm too old for that. I'm too poor for that. wasting money, wasting time on something that won't make me happy just isn't worth it, you know? I want to fulfill my happiness, right? And that's not gonna be possible if I keep having this thing where I want to play video games, but those video games just aren't working, and I paid them for a product that works. To bring it back to the burger thing, I know how hard it is to... I know exactly how hard it is to make a video game. I've tried myself, you know? But when it comes down to it, right? Your customer doesn't care. What they care about is you shutting up, going back into the counter, and making them a goddamn sandwich. You know? To the specifications that they gave you. And that's the majority of how people think. Yes, you can say it's a little mean, but that is a majority thought. I'm not... It's not... Whether or not it's wrong, it's not even something... It's not even something that a majority of people don't believe, you know? If it was the case, if people cared about how hard it was to make a video game, they wouldn't be ragging on Concord for, at this point, a year. Right? It's been like a year since Concord failed, and people are still ragging on it. They call each and every game that comes out with a similar art style the next Concord. Right? And these are the same people, exact same people, who would say it's wrong to say that all you want is your product, right? And yet, again, they have spent an extended period of time, like, talking mad shit about Duet and Abyss, you know? The only difference is, I'm not two-faced with it. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know? Maybe two-faced isn't the word, but I think you get what I'm talking about. It's like... It's a weird thing where, like, a lot of people would say that it's a little bit cruel. But... like, it's cruel to think that way or talk that way. But... it's not something that is even really unique or... In most, it's just a bad way of saying it, but it is something that a lot of people just think. My argument necessarily isn't against, like, thinking that way, or whether or not it's bad to think that way. It's more the fact that a lot of people who are against it are the kind of people who think the same way, you know? I've had a this stems from a conversation I had with someone, and they told me that it's extremely selfish to say that just because my character isn't working, that the Warframe is lazy. But when it comes down to it, like, I remember his last conversation about Concord that I listened to. Motherfucker sent... Sorry. So a motherfucker spent 30 minutes talking mad shit about Concord. So, you're gonna tell me the guy who's defending Warframe to a point of excess, like legitimately a point of excess, is going to tell me that I need to keep in mind that it's hard to make Warframe work. And he literally spent 30 minutes reaming out Warframe, reaming out Concord. Dude, your argument was that it's harder than you think to make video games, so you shouldn't be so cruel. Motherfucker, 30 minutes talking shit about Concord a year later. I don't, you don't have to be, right? But I would prefer if the person who was essentially talking down to me, preaching to me that I should be better, was better than me, right? If you actually practice the thing you preach. I think that's the thing I'm looking for. It's like, dude, if you're going to talk shit as if you're like someone who is better, right? At least acknowledge the fact that you spent 30 minutes doing the same thing. Meanwhile, all I did was mention that well, actually no, I think our conversation was 30 minutes too. No, it's actually, I think it's 20. But yeah, I was doing a very extended period of time talking shit about Warframe. And I know it's probably not the best to compare games when it comes to this kind of thing, where it's like, oh, you shouldn't compare a really big game like Warframe to Concord. But when it comes down to it, right, that is actually a valid thing to do, because when it comes down to it, it's the same principle, right? All I want is for my fucking product to work when I pay for it, you know? The whole entire reason why people were mad, one of the reasons why people were mad at Concord was it wasn't working right, you know? And as I would say straight up, making a video game is hard. I understand that, but I'm paying for something to work, right? And at this point of like giving excuses for decades at this point, like 30 fucking years of giving, almost 30 years of giving a bunch of video games like the benefit of the doubt. I'm sorry, but I've experienced a game that doesn't have bugs and glitches that affect me directly, right? As well as the fact that the bugs and glitches get fixed, and it essentially offers the same thing you offer, right? So I'm not, like, good luck with your career, right? But I'm gonna go play something else. Until, you know, until the next update, when you end up not having a major amount of bugs with the character that I want to play. Or hell, I'll probably even extend it just purely out of spite for the people who have been defending the game adamantly. If they can have a single update where there isn't any game-breaking bugs specifically, where you have to exit out, then they'll come back. Or extend it purely out of spite. Give me a game update that doesn't have game-breaking bugs that cost me hours of my progress with every character, and maybe I'll come back. I'll even throw out the maybe specifically. I was playing earlier, but after we were done doing the thing we were doing, I was out so fast. And the reason why I was playing was because a friend of mine wanted some stuff done, and they needed help with it, and I was like the best option. And I was in a good mood, so I was easy to sway. But I was just ready just to go play something else immediately. After that, I think I turned on Monster Hunter? Wait, was it Monster Hunter? No, I think Warframe was the last thing I played that day. But I turned it off and went to bed afterwards. I think that's probably the principle of it. I think that's like the thing. I was thinking about it again. I was like, it's more. It's not that I need somebody to not be a hypocrite. I think what it is when somebody kind of sort of just speaks in a way where they're essentially insinuating that they're better than you because they don't do that thing. I think that's when it becomes a problem. Because being a hypocrite in itself isn't really like a bad thing. It's when it's coupled with oh no. It's when it's coupled with an inability to understand that you're not better, when in actuality you're speaking as if you were better. I think that's probably the issue. That's basically the issue that I have, you know? There's a lot of situations where it's like I'll kind of sort of just be talking to somebody and that they will essentially talk as if they essentially talk as if like because they don't do or do this thing, they're better. And yet when you pay attention to previous conversations or previous encounters in some way, they are doing the thing, right? Like people who say like people would say they're better than you because they play a game with challenge and yet they play with rivers of blood, right? And yeah, I think that's like a good gaming example. It's like when you're over here saying that you're better in some way because of X reason, maybe you shouldn't have you shouldn't make it obvious that this isn't the case, you know? Like, oh, I play Dark Souls, so I'm a better gamer than you. Okay, but you're playing Dark Souls using Rivers of Blood. Can you explain that? It's like, oh, fuck you, you're just an asshole. And it's like, dude, I don't mean to be an asshole, but it is just basically an observation of what's happening. I think it's like a thing where people don't like being talked down to. And that's kind of sort of what I'm having as an issue. Is like, it's like a thing where I should probably stop talking to this person, but they're in a what's it called? They basically are what you call, they're in a room, a Discord, with somebody I do want to talk to. So it's kind of like a weird thing where I guess it would be a trap, I guess, I don't know. Where I'm just kind of sort of like not stuck, but like I guess you would say like I'm in the middle of like the best option is to stay, I guess. Oh shit. Aw, damn. But I would say I'm probably, I don't know, I feel like I probably won't be there forever. That person is also in my Discord. But I think the person I'm there for specifically. But I think I have this thing where if I have somebody in my Discord and they're like a friend, I will usually stay in there for them just because just in case like something happens and we lose contact. I want to be able to get them back in. Yeah. Especially since during that after that conversation, actually about during, we swapped to a different conversation with a completely different person, and that completely different person was much more approachable. I think that's kind of the thing. I ain't got no ammo. Oh, you know, it's also an interesting thing. I guess it's probably like a part of like being hypocritical. I guess it's specifically directed at me. I mentioned how one of the problems with like Warframe is that the narrative is too fast. But I think I think the fact that we just we just fought a god and do it in an abyss is a little bit too fast. But I think it's more like the difference between narrative and like difference between no, actually no, I don't think narrative is the word. I think that's the thing. Is that, yeah, maybe narrative is not the word, but there's this interesting thing where I guess story would be what it is. The story is too fast. Is probably what I would say. Because narrative doesn't have to be like narrative is like different than story. But the story of Warframe is too fast. But Duet and Abyss doesn't really have that problem too much. Because yes, we did just go from being a random mercenary to killing fighting with gods. But I think the story is a pretty decent like amount of burn. Like it's burning in a very like reasonable amount of time, right? I spent a lot of time with the characters I'm supposed to care about. And when something bad happens to them, I feel like I have enough emotional connection to care about them, you know? But the thing that tends to be a little bit wrong with Warframe's story speed is that all of this is done in a single mission. So there isn't enough like connection to people, right? That we're supposed to care about. One of the reasons why the Kim system is so good is because you get to spend a lot of time with the character to figure out what they're like, you know? And I think it's a little odd to be introduced to the what do you call it? The tribunal? Not the tribunal. I don't even know what they're called. The demon and the preachers. I think it's a little bit odd to be introduced to them in a way where we don't know, like, they don't really have a purpose. Is that... They're introduced so, like, randomly that it's kind of so, like, okay, like, yeah, this is cool and all, but, like, the question here is, why should our main character care about this situation? Like, it's cool. It's pretty interesting. But it's not even that they don't have a purpose. I don't think that's the word. But, like, they're kind of just, like, given to you. You know? Like, legitimately, they are just given to you. And it's like... Okay. Well, it'd be great if they introduced us in some sort of cutscene, maybe. Because like when they showed the cutscene of the room to say, hey, there's something over here, they're really like you didn't even see one of the frames, you know? It's like who the fuck? Who are these people? You know? Oh, it's commercials now. My bad. Don't worry, I'll burn books in a bit. Mm. 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 All right, I think you guys are back, but yeah, that's kind of sort of where the thing where my not my biggest issue with this narrative. It actually probably is. That's kind of some of my biggest issue with the narrative of Warframe is, like legitimately the fact that like the story is too fast paced, you know, to a point where like it's very Alice in Wonderland like, where shit just happens, but it's not done on par with Alice in Wonderland, you know? There kind of sort of is like a thing that happens sometimes in stories where it's just like it goes so fast that it starts being like shit just happens instead of having a narrative that like having a narrative that is like paced in a way where you can connect with things. And I think like the really the best way to say it is, in order to build a relationship with a character, you need to spend a lot of time with that character. It's just like real life too. You can't just immediately be friends. You have to like get to know somebody. Like you have to actually get to like a point where you know a lot about the person. And seeing a lot of stories happen nowadays where you aren't given enough time to connect with something really sucks. Oh yeah, you know what's a real good way to say it? Old Warframe thrived in the fact that it was a slow burn. Mostly because people managed to connect to things and start asking questions and stuff. But, New Warframe has this thing where you don't even really get to ask any questions. And you don't get to be curious. It's just boom, all of a sudden, like you moved on to this character being killed, and it's like, it's an emotional moment, but like I don't feel anything because I have no connection to this, you know? Like it's a weird thing where like if you wanted somebody to if you wanted someone to like care, kinda, I think you might want to provide them with a reason to care, or like have them connect to something through like time, right? Because bonds are like glue. If you were to put it on for a short amount of time, it's hard to get, it's easy to get off, right? And the fact that the more you take it off, the less it sticks. So you have this funny little situation where DE kind of sort of takes off, like puts a band-aid on and then takes it off and puts it on and takes it off really quickly. And they've kind of sort of made it in a way where there's just no connection that is sticking hard enough to really hurt when it is removed, you know?
Your money or your life.
Lulu!
Gosh, how am I supposed
Luna Roots!
I mucked it all up. I'll get yours next time. Just you wait.
Oh, her name is Lulu. Damn it, Lulu! But yeah, that's kind of some of my big grievances with the story specifically. But I wanted to like compare the two games again, but like in a way that is different than my usual comparisons. Because it's a fun little thing. It's a fun little thing to say because like I've only glossed over like the problem with the narrative a little bit, and I don't really, not the narrative, but the story. I haven't really gone into depth about like how I think about it, you know. But I would say I have had adequate amounts of time to interact with the characters of Duet and Abyss. It's like a thing where they made me care because they gave me enough time to care. I think that's what it is. Like, I just want enough time to connect to things before they take it from me, so I actually feel something. I like hyper-emotional stories specifically, but a lot of hyper-emotional stories are designed around adequate amounts of time with the character. Aerith is a good example of this. In the game Final Fantasy VII, right? Aerith like dies. But you get to know her. You meet her, I believe grandmother it was, or either her mother or grandmother. You meet her family, you talk to her, you be benefited by her for her caring for you. You build her, right? As your main healer, right? And she cares for you, you care for her. And then the game just says, we're taking this from you. Yeah, I'll tell you straight up, that hurts. It hurts when that happens, you know? Like, you get to care for the characters. And then they take them from you, you know? Oh, I see. Oh, here we go. There's not. No. Motherfucking rats!
Not you again.
Oh, what the fuck?
Have a nice day.
There she is.
I mucked it all up. You'll get yours next time. Just you wait.
Damn, she really is very hard to predict. If I ever were to have a Clipper, I'd probably see if I can get them to do a Luno Loot Slaughter compilation. Just, then again, Clippers usually would have a very specific thing that they do. Like, yeah. Like, there's also Hag Central, and I think Hag Central just made a clip of a femboy, actually. Although the femboy did have a large chest, so I'm not sure if that was a femboy. Hot, steamy pile of shit. I went in here for mushrooms and I'm on an adventure now. What the fuck? Oh. Should I? I should talk about that. So, I watch a lot of Rev Says Detsu, and he's basically, like, he believes things that are, different from my beliefs sometimes, in certain cases. But he does also believe a lot of things that I do believe. But, yeah, it's like a weird thing where, like he says himself, it's like, you can have a disagreement with someone and not have to, like, go at each other's throats and shit, right? But, he apparently made a video about how one thing that's really interesting is how a lot of content creators, or in general, like, also, like, VTubers and PNG tubers, both of them, have to have, like, an opinion on everything. I do it mostly because, like, I just need something to talk about, and usually I'm neutral in most cases. But, I do agree that, I know what he's gonna say, because he said it multiple times, but I don't think everybody needs to have an opinion on everything. Maybe, like, an opinion of, like, just don't be a dick to each other is probably the thing that could probably be, like, a constant opinion. But at that point, you guys just apply that to everything. But I do believe, like, you don't have to have an opinion on everything, right? Like, I will have opinion on a lot of things, but there's some things I just don't talk about because it's not my place, you know? Especially since one of the things people say is like, it's best to have an opinion if you're educated on the subject. Basically, the whole you should be qualified before you say something argument, which I do agree with. Like, you shouldn't just start talking about something you don't have like any educated opinion on. The thing is, like, a lot of people would say they're educated on things. I say I'm educated on things a lot, but a lot of the time I'm just like mostly just thinking out loud. But I don't know. I make sure that I'm open-minded because at the end of the day, if you're able to prove me wrong, I'm good with that. My only issue is when people try to turn it into like a pitching contest where like I can be louder, I can be ruder and stuff. That's when I usually have a problem. Or like if somebody were to point at nothing but negatives or nothing but positives in something, instead of pointing at the fact that like there are problems. Like the person I was talking about is actually a really good example. The person I had an argument earlier. It's not necessarily that I think he's wrong. It's more the fact that he just doesn't seem to realize that it's something I always say. When it comes down to it, a majority of people will not listen to you, whether you're right or wrong, if you're a fucking dick. People will listen to you if they like you. In actuality, that's how cults start. Someone who's objectively wrong and obviously evil, who basically has the ability to, say, get a harem or something, right? Which shouldn't happen, however, that's not necessarily how the world works, right? You could say, oh, like, you gotta be able to pick and choose, like, the information you get, like, and just block out the meanness. Yes, however, you can't expect everybody to have that skill, you know? Because you may say, oh, people are living in La La Land thinking everybody's gonna be nice to you, but you're also living in La La Land thinking that business speak isn't business speak for a reason. Right? If every video game designer or video game developer talks like it was a fucking frat house, right? Do you really think that people would take them seriously? Palworld is a good example of this, of like they are people who unironically are essentially the underdog. But when it comes down to it, they don't speak like they are, you know? One of the reasons that everybody listens to Palworld adamantly is because they are good people, right? You agree with them because you like them. In some cases, they are also not correct, right? But because you like them, you're gonna treat them like you like them. You know, you're gonna listen to their opinion because your opinion is valid because you like them, right? It's a fascinating thing with how people work, where like there's a reason why a lot of people will be angry with somebody who's right. It's the whole brutally honest thing. It's the thing of like, could you be honest without the brutality, right? Somebody who's being honest in some cases is somebody who believes something but is trying to convince you by insulting you, by making you feel stupid. And what that causes is somebody to be angry with that person, which causes them to treat them like they are a combatant rather than a
What do you want?
combatant rather than a person to learn something from, you know? And that's kind of still where a lot of people are at when it comes to conversations. Having someone try to fight instead of you know what it is? I remember this is the quote that person used. Somebody who says they love a good argument is essentially essentially saying, oh, I love to fight with people, right? I like to defeat an enemy, right? Well, someone like me would be like, I like a good discussion where I can learn something from you, right? Because at the end of the day, you are not an enemy to fight with. You are somebody I can learn from, you know? Someone who literally says, hey, your stance on your stance on Warframe being broken is a little bit selfish and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I will take that. Either way, at the end of the day, it is selfish, right? But you can't go and say like there's nothing wrong with it. Well, you can say there's nothing wrong with it. It's more like the thing of like, maybe don't be a fucking asshole about it, you know? Because you, unironically, might not see something wrong, right? And that's fine. But if you're gonna be trying to win an argument through insult, you didn't win, you're just an asshole. You know? If anything, like... I believe, like, in some cases, like, it should be considered embarrassing sometimes to talk to someone who's like that. I mean, to be someone who's like that, because, like, did you really have to try to win an argument with insult when you could have just proved them wrong, you know? Like, instead of even if you had to Google it, right? Just, like, say that you're Googling it and ask them if they can, if you can. And instead of just saying, oh, you're wrong, and this is proof, right? Just be all like, hey, I can look up something if you want. And most likely they'll take it, because at that time you're not being an asshole, right? Like Keith, for example, we've had discussions about flight. We actually call it flight, fight, or flee now, because we were arguing about like whether or not you could kill Chucky or you could fight Chucky, and my thing was like most people aren't gonna fight him, and I guess like I misspoke a lot. We both misspoke a lot, but he eventually Googled it and said, oh, a lot of people will fight. But I said, okay, well, is that all of them? Oh no, ad break. No, not an ad break. I was in the middle of a conversation. I'll be right there. Yeah. Anyway. I'll wait. Yeah, I'm currently waiting for commercials to end so I can continue my conversation. Well, I don't think it was a conversation, it was more like me just yapping.
It was this username that
Joined?
game development server. Yeah, Slim Anus.
Slim Anus? What the fuck?
Was legit their username.
Interesting. Is there anus slim?
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know.
Pick up D.
This is funny. But yeah, I'm currently traveling to the sewers, just talking shit. Very, very apt too. Very apt that I would be running through the fucking sewers talking shit. I'm talking some stank ass shit too as well.
Okay.
Also, oh wait, I think yeah, it's 4 minutes 40 seconds. Okay, it's ready. So the thing is what was I talking about? Oh, the thing is we were talking about flight, fight, or freeze. That's what it was. Fight, flight, or freeze. And we were talking about how like people would probably beat the shit out of the original Chucky specifically, because the original Chucky is just a doll, and most people wouldn't do things that happen in like the movies as much. And he talked about, hey, like this is a majority of people, and I said, okay, but when you talked about this, right? You mentioned that 32% of people would do freeze, but you said only 28% of people would do fight. That technically means if you were to rename it into flight, flight, or freeze, then in actuality, most people wouldn't be combative. And so we kind of changed the conversation after that, instead of like trying to continue arguing around in circles, because, you know, both of us decided that the conversation was supposed to be of these three, you know? And we discovered that even then, the original Chucky doesn't have the stamina to keep up with you. So if you were able to go and if you were told, hey, in your own house or in your own neighborhood, just you and Chucky with all the tools at your disposal and all the tools at his disposal, would you survive? In actuality, yes, because Chucky doesn't have the stamina nor the speed to be able to catch you. And if you were to chalk up the fact that maybe the buses will be running, you time it right, you just take the bus, Chucky can't do shit. Because you're probably going to be ahead of him by a lot, you know? If you, and, you know, the bus isn't going to wait for a doll, especially when you might not even be able to see him. And, even if he does get into the bus, you are surrounded by people. A doll fucking fights with people, you're gonna find someone who will rip his arms off and throw him to the side, because he's a doll. You find a big Samoan guy, specifically in my neighborhood, yeah, fuck that doll. Big Samoan guy ain't gonna take shit from that guy, he'll sit on him. It's like, oh, he's just gonna sit on him, he's not gonna kill him, yeah, but Soleil ain't moving. You take that knife away and you sit on him, Chucky ain't doing shit. Plus, his weakness is that he has a human heart. You know how easy it is to crush a human heart? That Soleil guy is gonna kill that guy, you know? So yes, I will say, legitimately, if you were to call it an argument, Keith would win, but no, it was a discussion, because we both decided that flight or flight is now gonna be called flight, flight, or freeze, which is hard to say, but it's much more accurate to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jazz is back. Yeah. Legitimately, like, that's what a discussion is versus an argument. I don't want to, like, defeat an enemy. I want to share information that could upgrade or reinforce my thoughts, you know? And sure, it might be a little heated, but it's mostly because I've been having a lot of arguments lately with other people. At this point, I should stay away from that server, but Kesh is there, and I want to hang out with Kesh. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, weapons.
Yeah, I want to get MCUs.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do my weekly boss battles. I don't know if I want. I do want Fushu, but I also want to try that crossbow. Either way, I think I might have to do it solo. Actually, no. I think you want what
My venom is searching like my passion for love.
Have to work up to the Fushu
yeah.
on my one.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good example of like a discussion that people seem to not to be turning into an argument. Whether or not Yoreti is good. You know, at the end of the day, I still love Yoreti, you know? But a lot of people will have the discussion of like the argument of like whether or not Yoreti is good. And a lot of people will turn it into an argument, and most of the time they'll try to make it sound like the person who thinks Yoreti is good is stupid. But that's the thing, is that no one's gonna listen to you if you're gonna be calling them stupid. So the fact, like, this is the reason why I main Yoreti, is because I was saying that all characters can be good if you put effort into them, right? It's one of the first conversations I had about her. And this motherfucker called me stupid. And I'm over here like, okay, I'm gonna play her, and I'm gonna get her to do the highest level content I can, right? Which at the time was like an hour in Mott or something like that. Purely out of spite. And I did it, and then during that time, more and more people started talking shit. And eventually, I started maining her, because the more and more people pushed back against me with insults, trying to make me sound stupid, the more and more I wanted to fight against them. Because people say, oh, you have oppositional defiance. I'm over here like, that's a learned behavior. I spent so long having teachers, students, parents, and friends and family call me fucking stupid, that if you're gonna call me stupid, be prepared for me to keep being stupid purely out of spite. Like, if you're gonna insult me trying to get me to be a different way, I'm gonna fight you on it, you know? Like, and like I said, oppositional defiance is a learned behavior. So all you're doing is reinforcing my learned behavior at that point, because for one, Yoreti is my favorite Warframe, so I obviously enjoy her. And for two, I mean, like, eventually you're just gonna sound stupid, because Yoreti is having a lot of people who are able to take her to Steel Pass. And I've had these conversations with people in, like, rooms, too. And, people have been talking shit. Meanwhile, after that, as in they weren't talking to people anymore, those motherfuckers died, and I didn't. So even more you reinforce my thoughts, because, you know, motherfucker spent a long time talking shit about Yoreti, proceeds to die, and you're using Revenant? Cool. That is chef kiss. You know? I think I was also at the time defended by a fucking Inaros too. And this was in a random, like, this is the time I started playing with the Epitaph, because I wanted the Epitaph to work. But I couldn't. And yeah, I was doing the least damage because I was using the fucking Epitaph as a explosive weapon. But yeah, everybody died but me, so I'm over here like, I don't think you're as impressive as you think you are, sir. That happens all the time. On everyone in here, it happens all the time. Motherfuckers talking shit. Can't prove it.
The enemies have stopped attacking for now.
And it's not against anybody who plays Revenant. Like, that's not the problem. It's fine if you play Revenant and Wukong and stuff. It's when you can try to convince people to play Revenant purely with, like, contentiousness. When you're trying to fight people into playing Revenant, you know? It's like, you're not playing Revenant, you're fucking stupid, and you should like delete the game. Over here like, but I'm out damaging you. If you're not playing Wukong, you need to delete the game. And it's like, okay, but I out survived you. It's like, oh, you should play Equinox and stuff. And it's like, but as soon as you said that, and somebody ended up no, it wasn't Equinox. What was the other one? Korra. As soon as you ran out of energy and stuff, you stopped throwing down your dome and you stopped using your whip and you fucking died. It's fine to say something is better than other things because that's objectively a fact that one thing is going to be better than the others. It's a different when you're throwing around insults trying to make your point, you know? Like, yeah, you might be a content creator and it might be entertaining, but at the end of the day, like, you're gonna have a lot of people proving you wrong a lot. Same thing with, like, Scarlet Witch in Marvel Rivals. There is somebody in the top 500 with Scarlet Witch. You can't tell me that's weak. In fact, I think there's multiple people in the top 500 with Scarlet Witch. And you know what fuels their ability to do that? You talking shit. It's like, it's kind of saying the same thing with Mora, who's also a very similar character. A lot of people say Mora's a useless support. Yeah, but I've seen multiple people who are on the top, like, 500 in Marvel Rivals just being better. You know? But I guess that might sum up my rant actually, because I think I no longer feel heated about it. I feel more like, you know the lightness in your chest when you feel relieved. I think I reached that point, so I can probably not be as excited to talk about this. But yeah, I really like doing that though, since you know. I seem to be somebody who tends to have a couple of people watching after the stream, and also hello. I hope you're doing well with your drawing or your work or your I don't know what else I would be on there for. But yeah, hello.
For your sleep.
Sleep. Oh, I actually do put people to sleep sometimes. There are just 6 hours of a voice that actually is easy. It's very comforting, just talking mad shit. That's basically what it is at this point. It's not necessarily me sharing knowledge. It's just me talking shit. But then again, I would say I don't think you should expect anything different from a Filipino. But then again, no, you probably don't expect it, and you probably are here for it, which I'm happy you're here. I
don't think I need anything else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Watch, I'm gonna be messing with the handle systems or something.
Yeah.
I would punish those who aren't faithful to love in the God of Love's name.
I will punish those who aren't faithful to love in the God of Love's name. Wait, should I go get Fushu parts or should I get the I think I need Fushu more actually. I don't know. Let me see how many Fushu pieces I actually need. That would probably answer this question.
Are we going on an adventure today?
Alright, Fushu. How many Fushus do I need? They're all the way on the top. Alright.
Medicine for the battles to come.
Intron. Increase stat cap of Arceus Revival up to 3 and grants 12 morale boost per stack. Okay. And I have 6 of her. Ah, damn.
I'm missing the trigger and the handle systems for her.
Ah, shit.
For the shotgun.
Oh. Wait, which shotgun?
You. a used shotgun.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Let's go.
I summon Barencia! Anyway. What is this? Oh, it's a Genimon. Instance proving. What is this? A familiar figure clad in green. Oh, is it Suyi? Suyi. Azure Reverie. Motherfucking immersive theater. I also think I might have gotten all the Suyu pieces, so... Not Suyu pieces, but... I think I might have gotten all the parts that I can get. So I think I'm gonna have to fit something else. Wait, how many do I have? I own none. None! What else do I have? So... Piercing Ascent. Oh, Piercing Ascent is a theater thing, I think. Yum yum cream. Some cream. The triple fucking... Oh, I have so much stuff. Let me see what I can get in the Prism Shop. Not the Prism Shop. Wrong thought. What? Wrong shop. Oh, actually, the Prism Shop could get me a Rep and Track module. Okay. Oh, and Prismatic Hourglasses. Ooh. I don't know which one I want. I either want the Prismatic Hourglass or I want the fucking Weapon Track Shift module.
This is a good question. I'm gonna do immersive theater.
Okay.
Because that's only level 50. So
Actually, let me check. Okay. Myriad. How many myriads can I do? Oh, I can't do a full myriad, so I want to do the track shift module instead. Mm-hmm.
A 100 enemies should be easy within a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Trial clear. Guess how many trials is it? Is it like 4? Or is it 5? I don't remember.
In total 5.
Okay. Oh yeah, and the last one's a boss battle, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Weapon track shift module. I'm getting the weapon track shift module. I'm gonna be smart. And then I'm gonna be dumb and I'm gonna grab Toy Hammer. Stroke of genius, then a stroke of stupidity. Alright. Vaccine exchange. Here we go.
Not the fact that the number of enemies increases and not the level. Else I wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah. Books.
We're going on an adventure today.
Tabithy asked if we're going on an adventure today. That is a good question. Okay. Solidified lava. Pyro ascension material. Okay. Oh shit, that's a lot of green books. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I got a lot of green books. Yay. Now I have a lot of purple books. Yay. Before we burn the books, we must combine the books into a singular book. That way it makes better kindling. I say as a fucking frog blink. Anyway. This motherfucker be all like, nani? Oh yeah, let me... Since I got my new shit, I want to see like how far up I can go in the graphics department and still have it like functional. It either needs to be lowered. Oh no, it doesn't need to be lowered. It actually needs to be higher. Water quality. You can go high. Foliage enhancement. You can go high. Real-time sunlighting. Texture quality. High. Anti-aliasing. You can go off. Crowd density. High. Teammate effects. Show all. Visual effects quality. High. Shadow quality. I'm keeping that low. Actually, can I put it on regular though? Instead of... Okay. No, extremely low sounds better. Yay! Graphics filter. Yay! Graphics card! Let me see my model. Is my model tripping out? No, my model's doing good. Yay! Go! Model! Oh my god, it actually is like kind of pretty too. Look at all this moisture on the ground. It's a moist ass ground, motherfucker. This is moist ground.
What am I supposed to do? Oh my god, I'm glitched and I stun on and I can't do anything about it.
So... Oh, my mom, my mom showed me, a pair of autistic, a family of autistic people. It was a mother and her son, and I appreciated seeing it because Tsuki's in the new boss battle. Okay, but I appreciated seeing it simply because of the fact that how do I say this? Mom kind of sort of seems to have accepted that she's autistic now. Because we have like, and not only that, but my mom kind of has this thing where I guess she kind of like. She kind of sort of followed a lot of people's directions on like how to handle me, of like, she also had this thing where like the people weren't giving her very good, advice, And that's when she started explaining things to me, is when I basically came up to her and he started basically telling her that the problem I have isn't necessarily that you're not trying. It's the fact that you won't tell me why you're trying. So cause I told her when it comes down to it, the problem is literally the fact that mom says I have oppositional defiance, right? And it's true, but something I learned about oppositional defiance is that the learned behavior from somebody who has been not respected by authority figures.
You didn't touch a single hair on my
And when it comes down to it, the best way to respect somebody like that is to not treat them like they're fucking stupid, and try to take control without telling them why you need control, right? Because that's kind of sort of how people were in the schools too, and I got that from the family as well. So I was over here like, I don't want to be treated like I'm stupid, whether I'm stupid or not, right? Because people will act the way you treat them, and if you're gonna treat me like I'm stupid, right, I'm gonna be stupid.
Idiots! You didn't touch a single hair on my head.
That's unfortunately kind of sort of how people are. And coming in and saying that you're trying to make me a more trying to teach me something important and not telling me the reason why I need to do these things is very damaging, right?
Let's go.
Because at the end of the day, I do want to be better. I really do. I really do want to be better. But if your answer to that is to try to take control, in order for me to relinquish my control of myself, I would appreciate it if you gave me a reason that was more than just, I am the teacher, I am mom, just give it to me, right? It's one of the reasons why it's like, I don't want to go there, never mind. But yeah, it's other things in life that are similar to that, where it's like, the reason why people would be wary of relinquishing their control is simply the fact that people don't give them a good enough reason, right? And if you don't give somebody a good enough reason to relinquish control, why would they? You know? Oh, there's a bot. I should. Okay, let me read this bot's name. It's actually kind of interesting. It is Screwable Flip, I think. The ad started right then. My bad. I'm just gonna ban it.
I completed all the immersive theater thingamabobs.
Reforged Salvager.
My cat's so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Just not having Jasper. I'm gonna do feature.
Apparently I can reforge my mods. What the fuck?
Yeah, to make them better and whatnot.
Ooh. Attack speed, multi-shot, smash, spike. Ah, okay. I'm gonna reforge like all of my fucking attack speed ones. I got so much fucking attack speed, Jesus Christ. Multi-shot. Slash! I finally got a slash one! Hell yeah. Spike. I've been trying to get slash shit for so long. Alright, let me see. Multi-shot. I don't think I need multi-shot. I can get so much multi-shot. I'm doing a stupid, hold on. I'm doing a silly billy. A fucky wucky. A naughty waddy. Let me see.
Splicing seem like just a keyboard. It is.
Mm-hmm. Multi-shot, you. Anyway. Smash? No, I do not want smash. Attack speed? No. Each combo level increases trigger card ability? No. No. There we go. Range. Attack range. Ooh. Yay! Slash attack. Sand motherfucking slash. I didn't even know you could do this. Max Sandy and shield. My dumbass is under the mind of, hey, if there's like hundreds of these, maybe I don't need to miss a bunch. Yeah! Full slash! Yay! And some smash too. Reforge, salvager. Skill intensity. Oh, I need these. What is this? Shield reduce bonus effect. How many attacks did I get? Attack, crit chance, crit damage, hell yeah. Hell yeah! Wait, is that? Wait. Increases explosive projectile damage for 3.0. For 0.3. Oh, 3, what? Increases explosive projectile damage by 3. Oh. I don't know if I should keep this or not. No, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna keep it. No, never mind. I don't think I need something like that. Because I think I'm better off without. I don't know. What's there? My face when Gina does something stupid. What the fuck? Anyway. Shield reduce on bonus attack. Attack? Yay, attack. I need one more attack. Fight the fuzz! Anyway. Buzz fighter. No! I don't have enough money! Jazz, we have a problem.
That's not good.
Jazz, we have a problem. I blew all my money. I had over $1 million, maybe 2 million, and now it's all gone.
Where did it go?
I was reforging. It's like the equivalent of what's it called? Like you know how you it's called fusion. I did the equivalent of fusion, where you turn 3 mods into something else. Or was it 4? I think it was 4.
It was for the transmute.
Transmute. I was transmuting
Yeah,
things.
that was transmute.
But apparently transmuting things is fucking expensive, so I did a fucky wucky. But I-
Fusing is where you turn a whole bunch of mods into
Yeah.
either endo or credits.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I thought that. Oh, yeah, I thought that was. I forgot about what the other thing was called. I am having. The game is tripping, not my model though. So I'm assuming this is a graphics issue. Hold on. Let me lower the graphics a little bit. I think I went a little bit too far. Okay, let's lower crowd density. No, that's not a graphics thing. Texture quality? No, actually, I need to do visual effects and put it on average. There we go. Everything else can stay, I think. Now we run around Ice Lake and see if it happens again. Because visual effects quality is just like the quality of things. Okay, it is happening again. Okay. So I'm assuming we go all the way to here. Alright. Oh, game? Okay, we're good. Visual effects quality low. Yes? Yes? Nope. Okay. I have an idea. So, maybe the problem is textures. So, I'm gonna go find textures. I'm gonna put textures on low to make it kind of cartoony. And we're gonna take visual effects quality and put it on high. Then, there's a bunch of effects that are higher. Oh! Oh, it was just loading. Okay. Yeah, it was the textures. Okay, so keeping my textures low seems to be fine. That is, I say as I am tripping the fuck up. It seems to be like a stage transition, actually. It's like right here. Let me see. So right here is like the big amount of shit.
Forever sneezed.
The textures are too high. Let me do this on average. Okay. It seems to be an area transition thing, I think. It seems to load a bunch of shit once I go in here. So maybe that's not even graphics card related. I think that's just the game. That's basically what I'm saying. Because transitioning from one part of one area to another seems to drive it insane. So I'm gonna put all my textures on low. Water quality can be, let's do average, and foliage enhancement can be average. And then crowd density, I'll keep that high. No, I'll put on average. No, no, I'm keeping it on high. Fuck it. Visual effects on high. And yeah, we're good. Watch it be crowd density or some shit. Oh no, never mind. This actually looks pretty good. Like, just detailed enough to be like unique. Okay. Somebody would, I think somebody was saying how like every gacha game looks the same. And I'm over here like, I would say every anime game kind of sort of has a similar look. But, I would say a game that's like probably, if you were to chalk up like the fact that no one has done demonic things very much, I think Duet Night Abyss is unique enough to be recognizable, where it's like, oh, I know where you are. Because, demonic motifs aren't very common in the game, but also the fact that, like, their hair is also very interestingly different. Especially since, like, it's also one of my most favorite characters as well, but like, if you look at Tabithy, it's very difficult to mistake her for somebody else, you know? And to be completely honest, the closest thing to something you could mistake her as, if you really were to just look at a silhouette specifically, is like Yoreli or Hydroid, you know? Put a gun in her face, in her hands, and like have her do bullet jumping and shit, and it looks like you're playing Warframe, you know? Specifically, just to show what I'm talking about,
Going on an adventure.
and you go to cosmetics and take off her skin specifically. This is what she looks like. This is basically a demonic motif style character. She is basically a demon, you know? Also, she's a bit pixelated. Maybe I have to. She's a bit pixelated a little bit. But like, it's difficult to think that Tabithy is anything else. Like nothing looks like, there is hardly anything that looks like Tabithy, you know? I think that, honestly, the closest thing could possibly be Gumi from. No, I think it's I think it's Gumi from Pal World. She looks like a Pal World character, kinda. Goobella? I think it's called Goobella. But like, she looks very Pal World like, because she is basically a squid. I mean, not a squid, an octopus.
Something of the sort.
Yeah. And she also has this thing. Oh, I don't want to spoil it for Jazz though. But if you talk to her, she has a really cool like thing that she has as a quirk. Oh, somebody dug in the trash can like I did. What the fuck?
Yeah,
How boring.
no spoilers for me.
Yeah. But one spoiler I would definitely want to say is if you see a shiny thing in town in the trash can, grab it because it could be a toy hammer. Because you like always check the trash cans because they have cool shit in them. I mean, Margie, for instance, literally says there's cool shit in the trash cans. You should probably dig in them. Don't do this in real life though. That's not healthy. But I mean, I don't know. My brain is fighting. Like I found cool shit in the trash before, so I don't think it's not healthy. But there is sometimes cool shit in the trash. I would say that.
Well, your trash cans probably aren't filled with needles.
Yeah.
So,
Well, some of them are. Not all of them, though. But, like, yeah, you can watch out for noodles and, like, wash your hands. Like, take a whole ass shower afterwards, but sometimes you can find some interesting shit in the trash. Hell, if you see somebody going through your trash and they're a little bit cleaner than you would think somebody was going through your trash, it's most likely a federal agent. So, because this is why you shred your papers if you decide that you want to throw papers away.
and so figure it out and find your address.
Yeah. Like, if you have something you don't want people to know that you have on paper, don't throw away anything without throwing away your papers. I mean, without shredding your papers. I'm gonna put crowd density on low instead of high. I think crowd density is fucking with me. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe crowd density is what the problem is. Because crowd density affects any NPC, and I'm pretty sure it loading NPCs might be a bit of an issue for the game. Like, you just got RAM and a graphics card. Are you gonna max out everything? I can max out everything, but I then again, I also stream, so... I stream! I cannot max everything out. But isn't it the best time to max everything out? Honestly, no. In fact, one of the things that's really interesting is if you want to make a video, it's more about the gameplay than it is the visuals. You have to have, like, interesting gameplay is more interesting than really high visuals. Which is something a lot of people don't believe, but it's actually quite true. Also, did I only fight 4 of her? I think I might have only fought 4 of her, so let me fight one more boss. I'm gonna do... Where'd she go?
Did they make the requirement for that 12 from 9?
Okay. Blast Artistry? Hell yeah. Warden of the Inferno. Mother fucking crossbow. This thing. Ephemera Lumina. It's like, but it's an assault rifle. Yes, but what is a crossbow but a fancy assault rifle? There's your philosophical word of wisdom for you today.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna re-equip my Paragon Talisman for the build I'm doing for you in Soulframe, because I forgot. There is another talisman like it. You just have to do an entire quest line for it. That you find in the middle of a dungeon. I have yet to find it myself, actually.
Oh my god, it's Mommy! Ah!
All verdicts are in the net. Meet your demise within these chains.
You idiots!
Tomorrow
You didn't touch a single hair on my head.
for Uwerfim as a watch party. Because if you are not, I am spoiling the ever-living hell out of it.
What's that?
Are you watching Warframe's tech stream tomorrow? If not, I'm spoiling the hell out of it.
Yeah, spoil it.
Dope.
Oh, also, they said they have a buff that they're releasing that they didn't have the technology for before. And I'm both wary and excited at the same time. Because it...
And they spoiled one thing that's coming. Apparently, knockdown animations are coming, like effects to those. So...
But apparently it's specifically an ability that needed new technology to fix, and I'm very curious what it is.
I know it's gonna be the thing that people are actually wanting, but...
Yeah. Boom! Auto pickup range, it says. Oh! I have enough Swift to make a Super Swift. Where my Swift at? Where are my Swifties, yo? Anyway.
Oh, thank you, into that conversation.
What's a Swiftie then? I don't know what that is.
Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, okay.
A super fan, if you will.
Super fan. Oh, isn't there like... Okay, this is probably gonna sound weird as hell, but this is how I remember hearing about it. Isn't that some, like, people who unironically worship her like a goddess or something?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Or if you say anything bad about her, they will come and hunt you down.
Be all like, she is flat! Anyway.
Don't say that, somebody might actually come and
Yeah. I'm gonna use these. Oh.
Kathleen. Or not. Oh, fuck, I actually need one of those.
Oh wait, I wanna upgrade the robot, because the robot would be awesome. Little red robot. Oh, little red rocket. I'm gonna upgrade my little red rocket.
Oh my god.
Red rocket.
I heard squeaking. Are you a squirrel, perchance? You are.
You are a squirrel. Eat the squirrel. It is delicious.
I need it for my journal. Complete my
No.
journal entry for the squirrel. For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Time to have to scan the squirrel. Oh, the one. Okay. One of how many?
No.
Do
Beefy. Let me see. Swift, wise. Wait, hold on.
another river pearl? Yo.
Swift, wise. What is wise? Wise is XP. Crit damage from energize. Aggressive is crit chance. Crit damage, crit chance. Brutal is skill intensity. Ooh. Use as material, gives more stuff. Dodge. Defense. Crit chance. Oh, I have like a fucking purple aggressive. What the fuck? 16% crit chance. Alright.
You're going to like the build I have for you.
Is there edibles?
Huh?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, maybe?
Miraculous Jello Bun. Miraculous Jello Bun. What is a Jello Bun and why does it sound like a motherfucking whatchamacall? Aggressive.
You're a tree I already have, right? Oh, yeah, I have all the trees, what am I saying? I'd be a little goofy.
Boom. Motherfucking skill intensity. Motherfucking skill intensity. And then motherfucking quick check. Quick. Whatever. Quick crack mechanism. There we go. Support skill cooldown. Cool. I don't think I need keen. Timid. Beefy. Ironclad. Vigilant. Dodge cooldown. Interesting. A 10% dodge cooldown. That's actually a lot. What the fuck?
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I hate that
Chubby.
Cool down in that game.
I don't mind it. I think it makes it to where you have to pay attention a little bit, which I think is okay. It's not even like too bad. Yeah.
The idea of it.
Yeah, the idea of it can be a little jarring sometimes. Increase loot, drop loot. I think I prefer that over stamina though, in like Genshin. Because stamina in Genshin you do get to use it a little bit more. However, there are some cases when you run out of stamina for some other reason.
Are we going on an adventure?
So it's kind of like the same concept, but like a little bit more, I guess, personal. I have had multiple times where I have been just kind of sort of chilling and like doing some damage, and it decides to bring out a big attack and I can't dodge. And in order to be able to dodge again, you would need to be able to you would need to get your stamina back, which is interesting. But the cooldown on dodges hasn't. It's basically more like this cooldown on dodges hasn't killed me yet. That's the best way to say it. Then again, I don't think I've died in this game ever. Besides, like, going to go do something in another room and having to put the controller down. Not the controller down, but the go AFK. I think Evil Eagle was stuck with me doing that. Oh, mom made chicken wings today.
How? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Alright, now we go to friends list. Go to...
Oh, yeah, I logged out.
Oh, okay.
How boring.
Let me go do some thingies. And stare awkwardly at somebody right in their face, feel like, Okay, let me return Tabithy to her fancy glory. This is Tabithy. Here we go. I kind of want to try this one for no. Yeah, this one. Oh.
Oh, you're one of these enemies. Okay.
Enemies.
Let's go. How boring.
How boring. Oh no! There's no infinite missions on. Uh-oh. Motherfucker be like, I help you die first. Motherfucker. Oh!
Demon Tabitha the Red Hand has arrived.
This commission is about taking out the enemies in this area.
I forget when it was.
Time to roll up our sleeves.
But earlier, it was like 2015 or some shit. It was like long time ago. But there was a. Everybody thought the world was ending. Again, it happens all the time. But wait, I remember I like I always do, I think it's fucking bullshit, which it always tends to be bullshit too. But it got like super serial. But during the time people were like hey, the world is ending. I was trying to do a raid in a game with randoms, and it was also around the time when people started like purposefully losing the raid because they thought they thought the mechanic was bullshit, so they wanted to
Idiots!
fight against it by
Hair on my head.
essentially fighting the community, trying and stuff. And it literally was, don't touch the fucking medics when they're using a certain ability, because they will nuke the entire area.
This commission is about taking out the
And yeah, 30 is just don't touch the fucking medics, because the medics will use an attack that gathers your attack power and then blasts people with it. And I learned real quickly not to do that. In fact, I learned that without having to have it happen in the first place, because I heard from other people. But also, I got used to it really, like, pretty quickly, right? But I wanted to do a certain raid because I needed something. And, you know, like I said, I thought the world ending was bullshit. So, when, like, keep in mind, this is, like, a good example of, like, what I mean back when I was back when I was small, or younger, how hateful I was. I told somebody, I hope you die first. And keep in mind, the way I meant it was, you know, everybody dies in that instance, in that raid, a lot. And, you know, there's usually takes multiple tries to do something. And,
You idiots! You didn't touch a single hair on
and
my
yeah,
head.
it's like,
Ha!
it would suck to, but like, you just have to like do it again, you know. And I accidentally told somebody
Tabitha the Red
that I hope
has arrived.
they die first in the apocalypse.
In this area. Easy peasy.
I didn't mean it that way, but that's how it ended up coming off. Which, I felt bad, and I tried, and it was too late for me to convince them otherwise, because they left, and stuff. But I was just like, yeah, I was also sick, so I was actually cranky. It's not even like an excuse though, but like, I was cranky. But I think a big reason why I've always been kind of hateful, even though I say I'm like,
Right, that should be enough to teach him a lesson.
I'm like naturally a loving person, is the fact that I'm usually contending with someone else's bullshit. And sometimes that boils over into thinking that somebody's doing some bullshit when they actually mean well. That happens a lot. Like, I legitimately have had situations where I thought somebody was fucking with me when in actuality they meant well. And even in my own chat, I'm pretty sure, like, if you look in my comments, I fight with somebody who really isn't trying to be mean. And it's just because, like,
You idiots! You didn't
I
touch a
don't
single
perceive
hair on my head.
positivity immediately. I actually have to force myself to perceive it, but I am somebody who tends to try to be somebody who is a loving person,
Demon
just because
Tabitha
I'm
the
tired of
Red
being
Hand
hateful.
has arrived. This commission is about taking out
But
the
it's always been like that. I'm just tired of being hateful, but like, as in the beginning, it was like, I was catching so much flack for being autistic that it stopped being funny like years ago, like decades ago actually. And people would say, oh, autistic people tease themselves all the time. Yeah, we do. And the reason why is because you have to get used to it, because you're just gonna catch it from everybody all the time. Hell, 3 of the biggest YouTubers in the entire world say that the reason, like, I know they're like, I assume they're joking, or I assume they don't know any better, one of the two. But they say the reason why people are fucking stupid on the internet is because they're autistic or something.
Alright, that should be enough
You know?
to teach him a lesson.
And that's just not what's happening. Just because I'm retarded doesn't mean I'm fucking stupid, you know? But a lot of people who see a retarded person will just assume they're fucking stupid. So you have this thing where,
Idiots!
you have people literally
On my head. Ha!
saying that the reason why that somebody's doing something stupid is because they're retarded or something. I always hear like, no, that's not how that works. In fact, sometimes, not all the time, a retarded person is smarter than you are. You know? I guess like that's a little bit too contentious. Sorry about that. But like I've spoken to a lot of people who are mentally ill, and a lot of them are incredibly like intelligent. The problem is that their thought patterns are impaired in some way. But their ability to pull out knowledge from their head, but like, not it's different with that. Like they can't put it together when they're bringing it out, but the fact that they kept it in them is interesting. You know. I think a really good example is I can't really speak or communicate very well, contrary to how I sound sometimes, but. In actuality, I'm smart enough to know what my very first thoughts were. And the fact that my very first thoughts were, oh, it's hot. Oh, that's cool. Oh, are we going towards it?
Idiots! Touch a single hair on my head.
Like the fact that I would think those things specifically is like, wow, I'm smart enough to know what cool means. Even though I literally was just that's my first memory, you know? I remember what I thought and why I thought it too. And if anybody's curious, my very first memory was waking up in a stroller, feeling a heat inside my, going into my controller, and seeing a flash of light as a racing boat, drove past me on fire. Keep in mind, he was on fire, yes, but he won that race and then jumped out. Like, I'm not sure if you'll be able to do this, but like, look at 2013. It was either 2013 or no, not 2013. 1993 or 1994, one of those 2 months, and figure out where there was a boat that caught on fire when he won the race. He was literally halfway across and it fucking sent ablaze, right? And look at that. I was at that race. It's not very well known because boat racing isn't really popular here, but there literally was a boat that caught on fire at around where I was born. I don't even think I was a year old at that time. I don't know. I don't know how old I was, but my mom said I was pretty young. She remembers it too. But the fact that I remember my very first memory is very interesting. In fact, a lot of the time when I'm like shouting something to stop my brain from like thinking about something, it's something in the past that you would never expect me to like remember. But I will just randomly remember that shit, you know? And the thing is, most people don't even remember their childhood. Like, most people don't remember, like, their first memory. In fact, there's a lot of people who think that kids are so stupid that they don't have the capacity to understand things. Yet they were children themselves. And as somebody who remembers being a child, even as somebody who is autistic, I will tell you, children are very intelligent. I have been told by a child that was around my age when I was like 8 or 9, what, like, I asked them, like, why do you do things when your parents aren't looking after you got in trouble for it? And he said because I'm just a kid and I have like 10 years of being able to do whatever I want before they start punishing me for things. I was fucking 8 years old talking to an 8-year-old. This kid was smart enough to understand the words. He's just a kid, he doesn't understand. So he was utilizing it to his advantage to take advantage of his family and do whatever he wants until he turned 18. Keep in mind, if I remember correctly, this kid also went to juvie. So, like, he wasn't even there very long either. Because he didn't understand. So,
Demon
kids are not stupid, they're learning, and the first thing they learn is how to manipulate you.
Enemies in this area. Easy peasy. Time to roll up our sleeves.
And if you, because like, it's like, oh, what do you mean by that? That's part of the reason, that's part of how they end up getting, like, milk and shit. Like, a kid will learn what gets them milk, what gets them cereal, what gets them candy, what gets them meat. They will learn what gets you to feed them. And they'll utilize it really quickly. Because they're an animal at the end of the day. We are animals at the end of the day. The very first thing that you learn how to do as an animal is get food. How do we get food? We fucking bitch, whine, cry, moan, and PMS about things until we get food. It's kind of along the lines of like a kitten. I talk about this. You know, a kitten. Whenever a kitten like walks up to you and starts butting its head against you and like gets in all your business. What is your reaction to that? Does that at some point translate to getting let outside, given food, or given water? That's why your cat gets affectionate with you. It's not apologizing for anything. It's telling you, hey, I want food. If it's apologizing for something, cats always have a face depending on what they want. If a cat lays down on top of you slowly and gently, while honestly, without even like being around the bush while crying, it's apologizing to you. I've had cats do this multiple times. Approach me crying, laying on my lap gently. It is apologizing to me. I have had cats legitimately apologize me because it made me flip the fuck out, right? And they've done this. They've actually straight up comforted me when I was upset. And they know it was them. That's why they were crying. They will gently crawl on you without crying if they're comforting you when you're sad. But if they're trying to apologize, they'll have tears in their eyes. So, and that's kind of the same thing with children too. If they're apologizing for something, and they're apologizing to you specifically for making them sad, they will come up to you and like pet you and like cuddle with you and hug you and shit. And I've done that. I think my thing is, I stopped doing it when I was a kid though, because somebody told me hugging was gay, and I never did it again. Because it wasn't just, oh, hugging is gay, don't do that. It was basically calling me gay and saying not to hug any people because it makes you look gay. And over here, like, I don't want to look gay. I didn't even know, at the time, I knew exactly what it meant. And they basically were like, oh, you shouldn't hug people, hugging is gay, and only gay people hug people. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna hug people anymore. My mother then was very confused as to why I never hugged after that. But I learned that, unfortunately, and it's hard to get away from it. I don't hug anymore, and I haven't hugged in a long time. And I think it was a family member too. And after that, I never hugged my mother, ever. Even when my mother is having a hard time, I can't bring myself to reach around her. And that's how I know, like, contrary to popular belief, like, little words sometimes do matter. You get people avoiding positivity because they're punished for it. One of the reasons why people don't like to be, like, super happy is because something that's similar that happened to me, where you're in your happiest moments just kind of start chilling, and people insult you to your face in front of all their friends and they all laugh at you, and you expect somebody to be positive after that. I've had a lot of people point and laugh at me for having fun because the way I had fun was not the way they had fun.
You idiots! You didn't touch a single hair on my head. Ha!
And I think that's probably the most damaging thing because, you know, I don't hug, I don't kiss, I don't shake hands. Like, shaking hands is not me trying to be not unprofessional. I've had people squeeze my hand and hurt me. A popping sound in my knuckles that made it feel strange for a few days. So I don't shake hands not because I don't want to be professional. It's because somebody hurt me when I tried to shake their hand. I've had so many situations where it's like I've tried to be a positive person and I was punished for it. And keep in mind I live in Hawaii. And I'll tell you straight up, like, unironically, never raise a kid here. I don't care if the schools are fixing themselves, never raise a kid here. They don't deserve it. The kids and the teachers have a really large, like, tendency to ruin your child. And if you let them do that, they're gonna turn out worse than me. You want them to be good people, to have a good time growing up, don't bring them here. And it's not even me trying to be, like, anti somebody moving over. That's not what I'm doing. It's me, like, looking out for, like, the mental health of, like, the child.
You idiots! You didn't touch a single hair on my head. Ha!
The one thing is, though, it could have also been a personal experience for me, specifically, because I'm autistic. But I don't care. Because, like, when at the end of the day, it happened, and I just don't want it to happen to anybody else. My cat's destroying the place. Oh yeah. There's a lot of other people who are saying not to raise the kids over at where they're at too, because they've had like bad childhoods, but I don't think that means that either of us are invalid. Because at the end of the day, like, we might be saying it for a reason is the best way to say it. You never know when someone's schools or even like families or like anything like that would be something that you don't ever wanna expose someone to. That would be very cruel, I think.
You idiots! You didn't touch a single hair on my head. Ha! Ta-da! Demon Tabitha the Red Hand has arrived.
I think it's gotten. I would say I've heard it's gotten better. I think my thing is I have a hard time believing it. I think it's also a thing of like I mentioned this before, but like I have this thing where good things that happen always happen too late for me. So I'm usually over here like, okay, it's great now, but why wasn't it great back in the day? You know. I think also another thing as well is like I guess I was a little hopeful for the new technology, but I think it's gotten to a point where I immediately slap myself on the wrist for that, because my brain is kind of sort of at this point where like even if Warframe were to fix your rally, I don't think it's fast enough. I think it's too late for me. I do come back every once in a while to help somebody out with something, but at the end of the day, I just avoid the game. Besides looking up content and stuff, because I'm still interested in the content. But I think it's mostly I'm interested in the content because they're the only content creators I watch, besides like informational content creators. like I like information, I like learning things, and I think Warframe's creators do it really well, where they are informational content creators at the end of the day. I looked up a lot of stuff on Genshin Impact, and none of them teach you shit. Genshin Impact has a problem where the content creators don't teach you anything. They show you things, they tell you stuff, they tell you to do things, but they never tell you why. In Warframe, they are teaching you why you need to do something. And even, like, to be completely honest, one of the reasons why I like that Agent Ferret guy is because he works like a fucking Warframe YouTuber. He strictly is informational. He explains why. His build videos are like 20 minutes long of him explaining shit. Then he demonstrates things. And it's like, I wouldn't know that Su Yi is really, really good if you were to cut animations with her attacks, right? Like, she literally showed a combo rotation with a hero in a hero shooter.
You idiots! You didn't
It's like watching somebody talk about what's his face? What's the guy's face in Reinhardt? It's like watching a Reinhardt video on Overwatch and coming out with information on how to fucking do the swipe left and right with your mouse to do wider swings, which nobody really tells you how to do that or anything like that, but you kind of start to see it. You have to analyze things for that. But like, I imagine like a video where people tell you how to do that. And one thing is, like, it's different between, like, it's not like Monster Hunter videos where the information is numerical. Cause like, there is numerical and stuff, but people don't work like fucking robots where they can understand numbers. Like, oh, in order to stab 6 times with the sword and shield, you're gonna do 150 to 200 BPM. I'm always here like, how? Okay, show me what 200 BPM looks like, and then you have my attention. You know? Like, if you can okay. If you can give me a dot that is blinking on the middle of the screen as you are doing it, then I will be able to know what the fuck you're talking about. But the fact that you're showing me, you're telling me 200 beats per minute. What the fuck does 200 beats per minute look like? I need visual and I need audio. Click, 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 click. Is that what it looks like? Or is it click, 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 click? Is it that? No. I don't know what it is.
This commission is about taking out the enemies in this area. Easy peasy. Time to roll up our sleeves.
Hmm?
I'm gonna send you an audio file of 200 BPM. It's pretty quick.
Yeah. I think it's I think it was 200 beats per minute, or like 150, one of the two. But this motherfucker wanted me to click my mouse 200 beats per minute in order to, do 6 boops, with the sword and shield. I want you to like, what the fuck does that look like? And like literally having a little video or like a little like audio of like what that looks like would be fantastic for my muscle memory. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a fucking robot, you know? I can't just calculate in my head what 200 beats per minute look like. So the fact that this YouTuber said, "Oh, you gotta do it 200 beats per minute, and you can stab 6 times when you're doing a thing,"
Idiot!
I'm just like,
You
what?
didn't touch a
What do you
single
mean?
hair on my head.
What is 206?
Audio
Yeah.
and video.
Yeah, let me read it and watch this. Actually, I also got my Fushu, my last Fushu, so I should be able to do more damage. Okay, let's see. So 200 beats per minute. Okay, I see. So it's click, 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 click. Okay. Let me get my controller. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So, if anybody is wondering, this is 200 beats per minute. And that's what he wants me to do. Click, 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 click. That is basically how you do 6 boops for Sword and Shield, which is... Oh, actually, I should probably explain myself. So, when you're playing Sword and Shield in Warframe, not Warframe, Monster Hunter, you have this thing where if you do a power clash, right, because you can power clash, you can, the slower you do it, the more boops you do. So, in order to get the most out of your boops, you have to click like this. Boop, 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 boop. Like that. So if you ever come to the Monster Hunter streams and you hear me going boop 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 boop, I am trying to maximize the amount of times I whack a bitch in the face while I'm putting my shield in his mouth. Yeah, I think 6 is the amount that it is. So yeah. And I think I think I should like see if I could find where that is, so I could figure out a way to do the same thing, but like give them the beats per minute so they know what it looks like. But yeah, that's like the thing is like informational videos don't necessarily mean numbers. They mean why something needs to happen, you know? And that's the reason why I have a problem with like Genshin Impact's like build videos, is that they don't have enough information. Like I have seen multiple quote-unquote build videos, but they're not necessarily the build videos that I like. They're telling me to do something, they're not telling me why. Especially since a lot of them are, hey, here's some text on the screen. Motherfucker, don't give me fucking text on the screen. I don't like reading. I can read at a college level, specifically like in college level that is higher now that the college standards are lower now. But that doesn't mean I like reading. I can read very well. I just don't fucking wanna. Especially when I'm playing a video game. One of the reasons why I don't like Pokemon Story, even though I do like Sun and Moon, is the fact that motherfuckers do not be talking. And I'm over here like, what? You expect me to experience a story without hearing audio? That's not how it works with me, man. And one thing as well is like, oh, what about like what about Fantasy Life? You pay attention to that? Yeah, because they make cute noises when they talk. And essentially, you have to give me an audio cue that says, "Here, read this." And that's kind of sort of one of the reasons. That's one of the things I actually keep forgetting, is whenever I put text on the screen and I want you to read it, I want to put a an audio cue so you actually listen to the damn thing, you know? Anyway. Pew 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 pew. Anyway. Pew 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 pew. Oh, actually. If there's a 200 beat per minute like shot like gun, I could probably like get it better. Like bang 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 bang.
Are we going
Wait.
on an adventure today?
Hold on. Oh, this shit! It's like this! It's like this! Yeah! It's like this! This is a good example! Boom, 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 boom. What is the... Oh yeah, hold on. Is this like 1-to-1?
Are we going on an adventure today?
This is like... What is this? Is this 1-to-1? I don't know. Is it attack? Attack speed... So, attack speed is 2. Okay, let me see. Where is it? Oh no. But I think this weapon shoots at 200 beats per minute. Like I think this gun shoots at 200 beats per minute at attack speed 2. So I think this is what I'm. Yeah, this is like a good audio cue that I can use. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Thanks, Duet Nindapits. You actually did help me out with something. That is actually quite fun. Meow, meow. Oh, thank you for following, Consider June. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Hold on. I am gonna go do that right now. I actually was really dry. Hold on. I have been fucking yapping. And I am dry as fuck. Anyway. I'll also drop my... I'll also fix my spine. Thank you! I think I should guzzle this water, actually. I'm really thirsty. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Okay, thank you. Anyway, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Ah, my teeth hurt. Sorry, I have fucked up teeth. I was supposed to go to the dentist, but my blood pressure was too high, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the attack one. Is this Max Sandy? My balding hair is fine. Is that straight to New York? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, here we go. Oh, I popped the shit out of that bone. Oh my goodness. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Multi-shots. Projectile. Oh, this one probably would be a good one. Good job. Hell yeah. I have 20 books. Here we go. Boom. I do usually check on my audio. How does my audio sound? Is it good?
Ta-da! Demon Tabitha the Red Hand has arrived.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, this commission is about taking out the enemies in this area. Easy peasy. Time to roll up our sleeves.
Anyway, but yeah, what the fuck was I yapping about? I was like yapping hard too. I was like, I was vengefully yapping. Fuck was it? I even like forgot what it was. That's fine. I think it's fine if I forget what it was. Yeah. What the fuck? I remember what I was yapping about. I was yapping about like people doing teaching content but not doing it very well. Yeah, I remember that. I was yapping so hard.
That should be enough to teach him a lesson.
But yeah, I found out that with two times attack rate, this gun that I'm using has 200 beats per second of a attack, which is nice. Oh, I got it. Yes. All right.
Creators Live.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Twitch with YouTube. I have notifications on, and YouTube and Twitch was like, "Yo, somebody just followed." Bitch, I saw that. I think my girlfriend wanted to join me for Wilds yesterday, but I was too tired. I stood up all night the night before, and it was not the best idea. Yeah, I was basically gonna do a pseudo date, but I was tired. It's like, that's about it. Where's Edge? There's Edge. Do I have enough money for Edge? Yes, I do. Every day we're edging it. And we're doing toy hammers. There we go. Toy hammers. There we go.
Are we going on an adventure today?
Am I done with this weapon now? Is this weapon done? Yeah, like, yes, it's not fully maxed out. However, oh, now I need money. Damn. Okay, let me see. We be zoning. Excavation. I want to do... Yeah, let's do Rebecca. And let's do an auto of like... actually, no, let me take off auto. Let's see how long... Let's see if we can get a match. Let's see if that's a thing. I'm not sure if we will. No, it doesn't look like it.
My venom is surging like my passion for love.
No, there we go. Stretchies. Let's play a game together, she says. Get him, Fushu! Get him, Tabithy! This bitch has 3 bubbles out. Hell yeah.
There's another spot over there that needs a look. I've marked it for you. Just head over and I'll set up the excavator.
Alright, let's go. Oh, did I? Yep, I did. Push up 1 and then leave. Da-da-da-da-da. Pop it in. There we go. Oh, what the fuck? My game just freaked out. I teleported. Oh, there's a person. Hello, person. her freak out. I wonder if I'm ever gonna find my version of Prime Surefooted in this game.
I don't think there's anything like it yet.
Yeah. I'm thinking like something that I swear I always put on something. Maybe it would be like the attack type stuff. Yeah, I always put the attack type stuff. Oops.
Hurry up.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Genomon!
Let's go rescue it.
Oh.
Come closer.
Free Genomon! There we go.
I can't take this anymore.
Oh my god. Jazz. I just made up oh, he's gone. She's gone. She's gone. She is poof. Anyway, I could probably share it with like anybody who's watching past tense or something. But so I thought of something interesting. So you know, like Goblin Slayer. I was thinking like there was like a Goblin Slayer, but it was a different kind of slaying. Like, I think the parody would basically be just Pussy Slayer, but oh, what am I pressing? It's like Pussy Slayer, the Slayer of all that is pussy, or yeah, it's like a you'd also like do that where it's like Slayer of anything that is feminine, and it's literally just him like fucking femboys and traps and like ladies and stuff. It's like, dude. And also while, you know, fighting goblins, right? Like you start off the adult animation with like him just beating the shit out of goblins and shit, and then afterwards him and his of course adults, by the way, partners just fucking smash at camp or something. I don't know. That's what they do. Yes, they would have to be like specifically like adult. But I'm not. Yeah. The Pussy Slayer of anything feminine. You'd have all his partners just like the most like the most feminine guys too. But yeah, he'll hunt goblins, and yeah, he's like super edgy and stuff, but you know he's getting some after each one. Yeah. I guess you would make it actiony. I don't know. I don't know. That would be really interesting, I think. To make it extra actiony. Pussy Slayer. Like, sir, his name is Pussy Slayer, however, like, he smashed a femboy. It's like, oh yeah, well... it's he's the slayer of anything feminine specifically. Doesn't, yeah. Okay, goodbye, random. Thank you for showing up, Mr. Random. Oh yeah, let me... Boom. Give him a Chavity on. Alright. What would even be like his argument for smashing femboys? I guess you could. I guess you could say it's like he could just say like, oh, I'm just smashing a different kind of pussy, because you know like like a feminine guy would. I guess you could call him a pussy, but like, yeah, that would be really interesting. Should I clip this? I'm actually thinking about clipping this and actually turning it into a thing. Because I think this is like the most positive I've been all day. I've been like, I haven't been in a bad mood or anything. I've just been like super ranty for some reason. Like it sounds like I'm in a bad mood. I'm just like making conversation. But I've had like a lot of times where like my conversations are really negative, but I don't really mean them to be. I'm just talking about something I'm passionate about. Sorry if it comes out as me being super negative, so I don't know, my bad, unfortunately. I will admit it is my bad. I should probably see if I could phrase things more reasonable. But anyway, Goblin Slayer, but smashing femboys, hell yeah. Crazy. Yeah. 2 hour 59-minute mark. There we go. I'll mark that for later. That can be my video for this week, actually. A highlight from the stream. Where the fuck? Over here! Yeah, get in there. Face the power of my tentacle monsters, you bastard. Yeah, I like those tentacle monsters go squish. Squish, 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 squish. Squish, squish, squish. Squish, squish, squish. Squish, squish, squish. It is squishing. Oh, that is glittery, is not gold. Hey, sir, that is not gold. It's like, fuck you, I don't like gold. It's like, but sir, it is not gold. You are above this. It's like, no, I like silver. Silver is awesome. Like, ah. That one eccentric king that likes silver instead of gold. Actually, my brother was talking about jewelry because he was talking about like melting down gold and how the value of gold is kind of sort of like the same, but the dollar amount is not the same. So he was talking about how like if you wanted jewelry, like what would you want more? Like, because like the gold could be turned into a bunch of money, right? You sell it to a guy who's gonna melt it down specifically, and he'll give you top dollar, right? But like if you want jewelry, apparently something that's better, like actually looks really cool, it lasts a long time, is actually steel, stainless steel. You know, stainless steel jewelry actually is probably pretty good, actually, I think. Oh yeah, I did 4. I probably should go now. Get him, Tabithy! Get him, girl! What's happening? There we go.
I would punish those who aren't faithful to love in the God of Love's name.
Video game is tripping the fuck out. Is it my internet? Are we good? How you doing, game? I just got a bunch of million coins. Okay. Is everything good? My internet freaked the fuck out. Is everything good? It seems to have... I can see my stream moving. That's cool. How long? Hold on. I'm gonna wait still. Okay. Okay. Come on. Everything good? I'm waiting for it to be good. Hold on. Okay, it's green now. Is green mean go? Are we good? Hold on, are we good? Okay, it seems stable. Uh-oh. It's buffering. It's buffering. Okay. Huh. Are we good? We good? We good? Okay. Okay. It seems to be green now. How long was it tripping? Oh, sorry. That was okay, hold on. Cause it started tripping around the time that lady came in, I think. I hope it wasn't okay, let me see. Okay. Let me get back in. See if it's gonna work again. That was really strange. Are we back? I'm gonna check. Okay, it seems like we're back. That was weird as fuck. Oh, it's back. Is it back to? Uh-oh. I think it's my shit's bust. I need to go. I'm sorry, guys. I sorry about that. Uh, I'll see you guys later. Have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you in them. Remember, if you're watching my content, I know you're into it, honey, honey. Good night. You know.